So when I said I was ready,
Yeah. No, you didn't. I see it.
You're listening to the Podcast Detroit Network. Visit www.podcastdetroit.com for more information.
I said, hey, welcome to the Man Cave Happy Hour. I said, hey, welcome to the Man Cave Happy Hour. We're gonna drink a fine whiskey and smoke a really fine cigar.
it is time for Happy Hour. It is the Man Cave Happy Hour. Whiskey, cigars, spirits, the stories that go along with it. I'm Jamie Flanagan.
I am still the Matt Fox.
The one and only Matt Fox, and that is our amazing, wonderful Man Cave Happy Hour theme song performed by Patrick Akerley.
Hey, a little bit of Tool in your life never hurt anybody.
That is it. My buddy Pat, DJ Tool is Jamie James and Tool. We were club DJs. Yeah. It was like we played, and it's like this weekend is a big radio format flip in the last couple of weeks. Like Detroit radio, everybody threw things into the blender. And there was a modern rock station in the Metro Detroit area called 89X.
88.7.
And I DJ'd at a club. And then I brought in my buddy Pat to DJ with me, and we for the flyers we're like, we need DJ names, and it's like so I was like, my name is James officially on the birth certificate. My folks wanted to call me Jamie. They didn't know if I'd like it, so they put James on the birth certificate, but I've just always been Jamie. So when I picked up the DJ name, I was like Jamie James, which is funny because one of my favorite bands from the 80s from Metro Detroit is a band called the King Bees, and the lead singer from the King Bees, Jamie James. It's we've kind of crossed paths on Facebook a couple of times. He's like, "What's with the Jamie James thing?" I'm like, "Well, my name is Jamie, but it's James, and it's the DJ thing." It's funny. But here's the thing, right? Love the King Bees.
Right.
Never seen them perform. And they've done like a few reunion gigs, like in the last probably 7, 8, 10 years. They've probably done 3 or 4 reunion gigs. Jamie lives in California now, and it's pretty much the King Bees is pretty much Jamie, and then a couple other cats. So he brings in the side players, so he's in town. And he did a couple things, and I missed him. I had weddings because Matt and I, we both would do weddings, and every time it's like, son of a. And you can't as a DJ, as the entertainer, you can't back out on a wedding. You can't, as much.
Oh, you can, but
it'll shatter your reputation. You just can't. You just can't do that. And it's like, because I love that band. So Jamie James and Tool. I told you that story. I'll tell you this story.
Yeah.
So Tool was a lead singer of a band, and he and I we started DJing weddings and stuff, and then I started doing the clubs, and I brought him into the club to DJ with me, and we needed club names, Jamie James and Tool. So, but it was like the big 89X nights. They were the modern rock dance nights, and so we're playing like The Cure, Depeche Mode, Erasure, Sisters of Mercy, Nine Inch Nails,
Afghan Wigs, Peter Murphy,
Susie and the Banshees, Iggy. The Doors,
some
Johnny Cash.
There it is.
We would mix up some crazy stuff in there. So, so Tool, and he's like, we recorded at Hockeytown one time. We did downtown Detroit is Hockeytown Cafe, and the second floor is this place called Music Town now, and they're podcast studios and
they're recording studios.
Yeah, there's radio studios and recording studios, and one of my former students runs them. Brian Donovan, who's on Animal Talk with us, his wife Lauren is actually built out that space. So that was one of her projects there at Entercom. And we kind of went down there to record, and Pat came in and did the theme song live. For us.
You sound amazing on the backup.
No, you sound much better. Matt's much stronger. Matthew is much stronger on the backups than I am. So, but no, just every time I hear that, it's so much fun because we had such a good time recording that down at Music Town, and it's just kind of friends hanging out, and that's kind of the point of the Man Cave Happy Hour. Just kind of friends hanging out, learning a little bit about some bourbons. And whiskeys and spirits of all kinds,
of course,
because we've had our gin buddies on. Highclere Castle boys. We've had our vodka buddies on.
Zim's Vodka.
Our Zim's Vodka friends.
We've had our our tequila guys on.
Yeah, top shelf tequila friends. And then
making the rounds, man.
Yeah. And then our friends at party stores, right? We got Tony Batu over at the Wine Garden.
Yeah.
It's like we've made so many friends doing this show, and new friends, and
and people are like, "Oh, you're into this as well." Fair enough.
Yeah, yeah. And we've met some really fine people.
Absolutely.
And another set of fine people are the brothers over at Kakos.
Right there on Woodward.
Mm-hmm.
Right outside
Joe and
Old Elk, Birmingham.
Giovanni.
Right there.
Joe and Giovanni.
Yeah.
Those are old world names. Not Joe, but Giovanni. That's an old world name. But tonight on the Man Cave, where we were going to, it's a long time in the making. I can't tell you how many bottles, David, is my wife will tell you, too many.
Yeah,
I got bottles that's sitting on my shelf of stuff that I bought. That's like, oh, we got to do Just a Taste. Oh, we got to do a Man Cave with this. I swear to God, I probably have about 7 bottles on the shelf in the counter that I haven't cracked yet.
Right, my God.
That I'm like,
you're waiting for a show.
Yeah, because we haven't tried it, and that's the thing. If we don't have an interview lined up with somebody, we'll do Just a Taste, and it's like I'll collect these bottles. These bottles will come into my life. I got this one. It's been over a year.
Oh my gosh!
It was people listen whenever, however, wherever to the podcast, but we're recording the day after Thanksgiving and end of November 2020. I picked this bottle up in October of 19, back when the world was normal, and I was at. It was a release. It's a store pick. It's a single barrel select. For Kakos Markets, our friends, some of our friends at Kakos. So this is a bottle, and the guy who distilled this was there, Greg Metz.
Oh, nice.
So it's autographed. The bottle is autographed from Greg, which is kind of cool. And we got to talk to Greg and find out a little bit about this pour. And Old Elk is the bourbon that we're diving into today.
Nice.
Matt's going to pull up mash bills and talk about
I got some homework to
Old
do.
Elk. But we're going to – because I actually Greg was there and I got to talk to him for a minute, which was really fun. Usually Kakos, they do it up, man. I don't know how they're going to do it now because there used to be cool finger food stuff.
Yeah.
You can't do finger food now.
Yeah.
How will we know – because the world's messed up,
It
right?
is.
So
David,
how will we know when we Matt, we were rude. We didn't introduce our guest. We're like, we get an extra person.
It was all about
hanging out.
It's been all about Jamie so far.
It has been. It really has been. You see how this turns? I'm one bourbon in, and it's all about
you guys
me.
a break because we are recording two. We're recording a couple at once.
Yeah.
So you did introduce me the last one.
Sure,
although
but
this may be airing separately. But
The Motor City Hypnotist. It's
Yes.
another podcast here at the Podcast
Yep.
Detroit Northville Studios.
Yes.
And David Wright
Yes.
is with us, hanging out because we're like, hey, we're going to drink a couple bourbons when you're done with your show. We're going to record a couple. You want to loiter? He's
I'm
like,
hell yeah.
I don't think you said
I'm
yes
here.
fast enough.
Oh no!
To be honest with you.
I don't know what I was doing, but when I saw your message come up, I looked at it. I'm like, I couldn't type fast enough.
God.
So, yeah, I'll be there.
I'm surprised I didn't get at first.
so we're gonna hang out and try that. So David, thanks for hanging out. But
Absolutely. My
we're
pleasure.
gonna try this, and but I actually had the privilege of talking to Greg. Greg has a storied history. MGP
Yes.
is like a big where a lot of people, when they source their bourbons, you hear a lot of talk today about sourced bourbons.
Yeah.
MGP is like this big warehouse, and they distill is probably a better word because that's what they do. They distill a lot of bourbon, and he was one of the head distillers there for years and years, and he left. And now he's doing the Old Elk. And so this was his first foray into the Old Elks.
Wow.
And so this was one of his first barrels that he put out under his name. So it's got his signature on it now, and it's got literally his signature on the side. And we talked to him a little bit about it at Kakos. That's what I was going to say, David.
Yeah.
How do we know when the world gets back to normal, right? Because it's like Kakos, they do the finger foods and great little things. What is your cursor? What is it going to be that you'll say, the world's back to normal when we can do this? What is it?
Right offhand, I would just have to say go to the movies without worrying about where you're sitting.
Go into the movie.
Just because
Yes.
that is something I have missed over the past 9 months.
God, yes.
But thankfully, they have been prolonging the release of certain movies, so we're
Yes.
really feeling
With
this.
the good ones.
But the problem is now we have to wait longer.
Yeah.
And even though I do want to see them in a theater, I'm still impatient.
Yeah.
Now, I was actually curious, these streaming services and how they might actually end up trying to gouge their customers.
Well, they
Like,
are releasing now
Yeah.
theater
Yeah.
releases right to
Right to the
streaming, and I think
Yeah.
they have to try to recoup some costs.
They really
Sometimes,
do.
yeah, it's like,
Investment.
$35 to get this
Yeah.
now, and so.
That
yeah.
new, there's a new movie that's coming out on December 25th.
Yeah.
And it's Wonder Woman 1984. And it's being released into theaters.
I'll pay whatever.
And
it
then
takes.
if you have HBO Max, you can actually watch it as well. You're already paying for the subscription. It's not an extra cost.
Oh, okay, good. It's like, I'm a child of the 80s. It's
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
Linda Carter, that's,
Any superhero movie I'm in anyway.
and then, so it was about Linda Carter from
it helps
the
them when they're
80s was
attractive.
like, holy smokes.
I mean, not
and
to
then
say,
Gal Gadot came out, and I'm like, yep, well done.
Yep.
Thank you for the
But-
continuation
Yeah,
of...
but that's the thing. If you already are a subscriber to the streaming service
Right.
HBO Max, you can actually watch it from home. You're not having to pay extra to see it from home because you're already a subscriber.
All right, so Matt, what is your thing that's like when the world will be back to normal when you can...
When I can not have to worry about taking my mask with me everywhere.
Okay.
Everywhere you go, you have to have a mask right now.
Do you think that mask thing, even when this
Hat,
is kind of
wallet,
done,
keys
I
and
think
phone.
the mask thing is going to be around for quite some time.
Yeah,
I just think
yeah.
it's just going to be some people are just going to keep them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because honestly, and I travel quite a bit because of all the shows that I do, especially from spring to fall. And I didn't think anything about seeing somebody wearing a mask in an airport a few years ago, but
Right.
anywhere else, I would think.
And,
that's
and
kinda
when
weird.
you did see one, you saw someone with a mask. You're like, what's wrong with that person?
Yeah.
Right, thinking.
Yeah.
Well, typically I thought they were germaphobes. Honestly,
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
And then they were actually, it's like, nope, they were
they were
smarter
just
than
being
us is
careful.
what
Yeah,
they were.
Exactly. Yeah.
What about you, Jamie?
Just-
What's going to make the world normal for you?
When you can get a Home Depot hot dog.
Oh my gosh. I can't believe that is. I'm telling you, we were just talking about this. My wife and I. God, we want a hot dog.
I want a
We
Home
want
Depot hot dog.
hot dog.
I want a Home Depot hot
Those
dog.
are the best. Those are those are as good as the ballpark.
Yeah. Because they've been sitting in the same water since the beginning of the season.
Oh, they're fantastic. They
I
love
just
those.
that is I will know the world is back to normal when I can get a Home Depot hot dog.
I get 2 Home Depot hot dogs, barbecue chips, and a Coke, and
Yep.
just sit outside.
I'm telling
and
you,
I'm,
that's-
my day is perfect at that point.
Yeah,
That's
because
brilliant.
I teach high school, and it's like so. I got the summer. I got a little more free time in the summer, and then so that's my thing, man. It's like and it's like cheap eats too.
Yes,
it's like
$5 for
I'm
the 2 hot dog deal.
I'm thrifty, so it's like you can even tip the lady at the hot dog stand.
That's fun.
All right, but we digressed immensely. But that's what the Man Cave's all about, learning about stuff and digressions and just good friends and meeting people. And like I said, our friends at Kakos Market, they have these awesome barrel picks, and they had Greg in store for this pick. And we got to talk to him. And so we're going to have that little conversation with Greg
All right, do it.
right now.
Well, it's the product was intentionally crafted to be smooth and easy. When Old Elk approached me 6.5 years ago, they tasked me with creating a truly custom bourbon mash bill, and the only 2 words that they gave me to work with was smooth and easy. So from there, I knew I had to get the malted barley content in the mash bill way up. I also knew in the back of my mind that all the other bourbons that I produced over my career always had some degree of rye in them. And to get spice characteristics to follow through to the bottle, it takes a minimum of 15%. So actually the mash bill from there was created with reverse math. I took the corn content in the mash bill down to the minimum for a bourbon, 51%. I factored in the 15% rye I needed to get some spice, and that left me room for 34% malted barley. So what you'll see about this product is absolutely unique to the bourbon. There's not another bourbon on the shelf with a mash bill like that, not even close. So very much different, unique. The other thing we use is a slow cut proofing process. It adds to the profile and the balance of the product. And basically what that means is rather than cut it in 1 or 2 big steps, we actually do it over about a 2.5 week period so that the amount of heat rise that you put into the product is limited and doesn't drive away the delicate congeners that you work so hard to create through the mash bill, cooking, fermentation, distillation, and maturation.
So the barrel pick, what's going to be different about the particular barrel pick? We're here at Kakos in Birmingham, and people are doing barrel picks all around the country. It's a very, very popular thing. So what are we going to find different about this compared to what regularly you'll find in Old Elk?
Well, it's the main difference is it's going to be cast strength. So the normal Old Elk is at 88 proof, bottled at 88 proof. This is all at cast strength. When we do the barrel programs, I select 50 barrels at a time from locations in the warehouse that I know are prime time in Lawrenceburg. I'll take those samples back to my house. I'll evaluate them from a sensory perspective, only to make sure that they're worthy of being a barrel program barrel. The rest of it's really up to the customer. I try not to get involved in the barrel selecting process. I think it should be a customer experience, and therefore they actually will pick a barrel from a group of samples that we present to them through our sales force. You will find that every barrel is like a fingerprint. It's unique. They're all subtly different one to the other, and it has to do with the wood's a variable in the barrel. The char is somewhat of a variable as much as they try to control it. The air circulation in the warehouse is a variable. And the locations in the warehouse is a variable. So all those factors play in to making each barrel subtly different. And for me, I get all the classic bourbon notes. I get nice vanilla, I get nice oak, I get nice caramel, I get a lot of maple, which is very pleasant. And I think more than anything, you'll just find that it's a smooth and easy product, even at cast strength.
All right, well, we are going to dive into it, and I really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
So that was pretty cool. He took the time to hang out and chat. That was at Kakos Market. This barrel pick is long gone, but they're always stocked on the Old Elk, and the mash bill, like he said, he brought it down to
51%.
51. Yeah. 51%
corn. 51% corn. So 34% malted barley, and then 15% rye.
Right.
On top of that. So, and those that want to know, it's a char number 4 oak barrel.
Okay.
So,
and this is coming in at 107 proof. So normally the regular, so we're a little higher because we had one earlier that was at 90 proof.
Yes.
So this is a step up from that. And then, so 53.7 APV on this, or 53.7, at 107 proof coming in.
and that's because it's the barrel pick.
It's a barrel pick. So normally the other one isn't quite as.
it's not as spicy as a meatball at that point.
All right. Hey, Matt's driving. All right.
Hey.
All right. So. Because we had tried this, Matt and I had tried this once before, and I was surprised.
Yeah, you were surprised. But
I had a lot of things to say about it, but we were recording on the wrong microphone, so we were doing it again.
So no one
fantastic.
heard you.
So so you couldn't repeat it exactly the way it was, of course.
So.
Guys, it's so simple. Maybe you need a refresher course.
I know. It's what are you getting off the Dave? What are you getting off the nose? Since Matt and I have been down this road once before, but
I'm getting. In a way, I kind of shouldn't listen to because I'm kind of biased from the interview because I'm getting the vanilla caramel. I'm getting some of that.
Yeah, and that's a standard for your bourbons,
right? But I can get that up like right away. Like it's
no, it's a straight up. That's what I'm getting to.
Yeah,
it is just a very bourbony, caramely. Yep, and vanilla.
Yeah, that's kind of
And
that's
then you get
that's
the-
just, and he said he that's what he was going for. He wanted to pull those out right away.
Right. And I do get the on the end a little spice on the end.
Okay.
On the nose.
Yeah, on the nose.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, you
And,
can
and
already,
that's after going back in a couple times.
and this one is kind of deceiving because knowing it's 107, but if you did not know you were at 107 proof on this, and you're just nosing it, and you go to take a sip, it's going to kick your teeth in.
Well, because honestly, the one we tasted earlier,
Yeah.
it was stronger on the nose.
Right.
Because
Than this
I
one
had a higher
was.
corn. I was at 80%
Right.
corn on that.
Right. So, all right, I'm diving
Diving in again.
All right.
Diving in. Going in. Going in, man.
Cheers.
Cheers, fellas.
Yeah, there is that. That's I wouldn't say heat, but it's there. The spice is there right off the bat.
Something's alive tonight.
Yeah. That's what she said.
I don't even know. I was trying to be dramatic and yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, the spice you get it right off the get go.
Right.
You really do.
But you also get the softer the softer vanilla caramel. It kind of sits there.
Yeah, as it coats, the back of your throat and what have you, it's got that real nice vanilla feel inside my throat right now.
We were talking, and I don't know if it was what we were eating before.
You know what? You're right.
We
You're
were
right.
talking about some stuff,
I think
and,
it was
and I'm
pizza
trying
that
to.
we had meat or something like we had pepperoni on our pizza or something like that.
Yeah, and the flavors that we were getting last time, I'm trying to extract those again.
Right.
And I remember what I was talking about, and I'm not smelling. I said cotton candy last time. I said I was getting. There is a sweetness in there. It was a candy. It was a candy of some sort, and I'm getting it. I'm getting it again, but not. I went cotton candy last time, but there's a sweetness in here. But it's being the barrel strength. There's a heat to it too.
There's a heat, but there's a sweetness because of the char 4. I would imagine there's going to be some sweetness on that,
Right.
Because it's got that vanilla, it's got that butterscotch, it's got all of those flavor notes that you would expect, but it's got a sweet feel to it.
So now I like the color on this. It's a deep color.
Yeah.
It's not light. It's a deep amber color.
The normal Old Elk
Yeah.
comes in at 88 proof.
Right. Yeah.
This
so
is because it's a barrel pick. You're at 107.
one better.
What?
It's one better. Why does it
Goes
go
to
up to
11?
11? It's one better. Yeah.
Why don't you just make it 10 the highest and turn it up to 10? Let's go to 11.
You don't understand how this works at
one-
all. I don't think that makes. What else did you have? There was just anything else in there, Matt, that you had?
As far as the tasty note on this, I'm getting fruit, because I haven't had a sip in a number of seconds here, and it continues just to sit, and I'm starting to feel not like a sweet fruit, but more of. We were talking about maraschino cherries and cherries earlier. I'm getting on the back end, back end. I'm getting a little bit of cherry. Just a little hint.
On the top front roof of my mouth?
Yeah.
Plum.
Really? I've never heard you say that.
I'm just making crap up now at this point to try to sound smart.
plum. Okay, how about a mango?
That was the last one. That was no, but there's a fruit. There's a
ugly fruit. That's what I'm getting.
But no, you're right. There's a fruit. But that's like on the front roof of my mouth is where I was getting that flavor. And again, it just making crap up, really. And that's the thing. If you talk to most people, you drink what you like. And it's coating because it's got some good legs on it. There's some oils in here, and it's sitting And what's coated my mouth and is hanging out of my mouth is got that candied,
That's it.
candied, like a candied the coating there.
Because I've been sitting for a couple of minutes since my last sip, and that sweetness does sit in there after.
Not quite like it feels like almost like a candy apple, but not that because that candy apple red, it's not quite that candy apple red, but it's that candied covering of something
like a Jolly Rancher.
Almost, yeah. Yeah, like a candied apple covering, but not the candy apple taste. There's another candy in there. What else is covered candied like that? Candied apples. What else is candied like that?
Bacon.
Oh, could you imagine a nice candied bacon in here as a stir?
That would be.
You are the devil. No. It's actually a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
Well, we need to get that on the cart. That's what we need.
Bacon on the cart?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Game on.
Yeah. Now on the nose, I'm getting a lot more sweet on the nose now than I did. I was getting caramel before, but now I'm getting sweet, which is a different. It's an offset from the caramel for me.
Interesting. You know, we've tried so many, and we have tried this one before. It just that didn't come to fruition. But I kind of don't remember what it tasted like because we've had so many other things since then. It's nice to go back and understand a little bit more about.
I've sipped 2 or 3 times, I'm getting more and more of
sweet.
the candy, and not sweet.
No, just candy.
It's like candy.
Yeah, not syrupy. Not
just
like too much.
Like the hard shell of the candy apple. And not that because those are normally the red, and you get the cherry in that, but it's not that red. It's just that candied, hard. Yeah, that hard candiedness is that's what I'm getting. I don't know. I just really just making crap up as we stumble through it.
It's great when you taste because 3 tastes in, it's just a little bit different. It evolves.
Yeah.
But it's not too sweet to, like, if you were to have 2 in an evening, because especially at this proof, probably shouldn't do more than 2,
right?
Unless you're at home for the night. But I could do more than one of these. It's not because sometimes there's like it's too sweet or too flavorful or too this, too that. I could do more than one of these. I'm and bring it home. So Kill, Marry, Screw, our rating system on this. I married it. I bought it. I brought it home, and I'm glad I did. I will probably have an Old Elk on my shelf in perpetuity.
All right, fair enough. Well, being that I can't marry this in any way, shape, or form because it's no longer
sure. Well, this particular barrel selection, yeah.
But I would like actually to try the 88 proof Old Elk, just to kind of compare as to what we have today and then what it's really supposed to be.
Yeah.
So, I would if I could, I would marry this.
I wonder if the candiedness is unique to this barrel because barrel
that's
picks.
A good question.
And that's the thing about barrel picks is because they're all very unique. Yeah, and that could be what kind of offsets this from the daily.
Well, that's why it's hard to make to make a rating on this because this is it. Unless you guys just give me that bottle, I can decide later.
No, if I could marry this bottle, I would. But I can't.
Yeah, I would say the same thing.
But I would have an old.
It's very enjoyable. I like it, and you're right. Nothing is too overpowering that it would. Because I'm trying to think of a good example of something that is just. It's nice for a drink, just for a change, like a vanilla Crown.
Right. Yeah.
After an inch of that, it's like, ooh, it's too much.
Yeah, the caramel, the Crown, caramel,
yeah.
those
the flavored ones like that. It's just too much.
The green, the apple Crown, that's just that's got.
Well, and to be a bourbon, it can't be flavored. So what's happening is happened naturally.
Yes, and that's the good thing.
So the packaging on this. Look at the stopper. It's kind of like because it's called Old Elk, so it's reminiscent of a cross section of an antler.
An oak tree.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yes.
Old Elk
antler. Yeah, it's almost like a cross section of an antler.
All right.
Has the head of the stopper. I think it's a good looking bottle to have on your shelf, just as part of the collection. People love having their displays.
Yes, they do.
It's like,
but if your display is so big and you're never going to drink all of it, start giving it away. I'll take it.
yep, this is still.
And the other thing that adds to it, of course, that it is autographed. Not that changed the taste, but that just it's another discussion starter.
I was torn because we had it and we are like, all right, let's do Old Elk, and I'm like, wow, I got that bottle, but he autographed it. Should I save it? And then I was like, what the hell am I saving it for?
Yeah.
I got a couple autograph bottles.
You can always save the bottles after that.
Yeah. I got General Taylor, the General Taylor.
Is it General Taylor? Or?
Yeah. The E.J. Taylor. His grandson, his great grandson, Bo Beckman, 95% sure, Bo. He autographed the bottle. The 3-quart bourbon.
Yeah.
Neil.
Yeah, go ahead. Come on,
Neil
Jamie.
autographed it for us.
Come on. What's his last name, Jamie?
Mr. Benatar.
Well done.
Rosenfeld.
Gerardo.
Okay.
That was wrong.
Okay.
But so I got an autograph bottle from him, the 3-quart bourbon. I'm like, should I crack it? And it's like, actually, I haven't cracked that one yet.
No? Okay.
It's still sitting on the shelf. It's another one of those bottles that's on my shelf that my wife is like, how much bourbon do you need? I'm like, all right. Can we equate that to shoes? Can we, how many shoes do you need?
Well, especially since shoes are more than one use. I mean,
Yeah.
once your bottle's gone, it's gone.
Yeah, but you can use the
Whose
bottles
side
for
are you
other
on? Whose side are you on here?
Well, no, I'm actually on your side because, shoes, you need 3-4 pairs of shoes. That gives you hundreds and hundreds of wearings.
I need a pair of Doc Martens. I need a pair of Chuck Taylors. And I need a pair of wingtips.
A bottle is
that's all I
10,
need.
on a
And the
good
wingtips
night,
are Doc Martens, too.
4 uses in a
Get out of my closet, Jamie.
Oh, mercy sakes a lot. All right, there we go. Matt, do we got anything else?
I don't believe we do.
I think I wandered plenty before we got to the bourbon.
It's all good. You know what, Joe? Find us on Facebook. Find us on Podcast Detroit, Northville Studios, Podcast Detroit. All of your finer platforms that you listen to a podcast.
Get in here and make some noise.
Please, podcast your voice.
If you made it this far through the show, you should probably have a podcast of your own.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
So if you're in the Metro Detroit area, come on down and make some noise.
Yeah.
please do. We'd
Talk
love
about
to sit
whatever.
down.
I'm doing one already, and I'm going to do another. I don't know yet what it is, but
Oh, I got.
What?
I made the T-shirt already. I don't even. It's Comic Sans, not as funny as you think it is. So we sit and we read things written in Comic Sans to each other to prove that Comic Sans isn't as funny as you.
That's
it's in the works. It's we're still
In the works.
yeah.
No, Comic Sans is such an overused font, and there's nothing funny about it.
Yep.
So, but I actually made a T-shirt on the. So if you want to go to wearingfunny.com, you can get yourself a T-shirt. This is Comic Sans, not as funny as you think it is,
Because that will be big one day.
and that's yearbook people laughing, the newspaper people laughing their butts off right now. Everybody else is like, "What?" Your first grade teachers, people in education in general. I can't. I received memos in Comic Sans.
Oh, are you really?
I received memos from professionals with doctorates in Comic Sans because they teach elementary and their brains are messed up and they somehow think it's cute or funny. Holy smokes. Comic Sans, not as funny as you think it is. All right, but wearingfunny.com
See, you told us that story to tell us where
is the place you can get that T-shirt. You can get this Todd's T-shirt there, too.
Yep.
Todd's Bar. Quality products.
Yeah.
Man Cave T-shirts.
Yep.
Animal
Animal
Talk
Talk
T-shirts.
t-shirts. Yeah.
I was going to put out T-shirts where you already got your own mugs and T-shirts.
I do, yes.
So the
Yes,
Motor City Hypnotist.
Yep.
The website would be
MotorCityHypnotist.com.
that is innovative. That
It
is crafty.
Right on, man. There's no way to mess it up unless
Can
you
they get your
misspell
swag?
hypnotist.
Because actually, I love your logo.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I
yeah.
just you got the logo is the shizzle.
Yeah, I had that done.
He
I'll
said
put it up
shizzle.
there.
I did. I did.
Yep. Nice.
So on the Motor City Hypnotist, they're nice. They're cool little 30 minute segments.
30 minutes.
What do you cover on the Motor City Hypnotist?
Oh gosh, we've covered everything from, well, we talk a lot about hypnosis since it is a hypnosis podcast, but we do cover in general a lot of mental health in general issues. It's not always hypnosis all the time, even though that's what the name of the show is. In fact, we have offshoots sometimes. Sometimes we'll just do fun top 10 countdowns. Like we've done top 10 movies that'll make men cry because we just talked about, wanted to talk about.
One of the things I enjoy about your show, David, is it when you talk about the therapist stuff, it's all done in a positive light. Everything is positive. You have a segment called Winner of the Week, and it's always something positive that happened in the country or the world.
Woody the Wabbit. Every time I hear that, I'm like Woody the Wabbit. Woody the Wabbit. You're Woody. You're Woody the Wabbit, the winner. You're the winner. You're Woody. You know where that's from?
Meatballs.
Yes.
There's my ding. Where's my bell?
We need a bell.
Yeah,
that's it.
That's the thing about your show. It's just it's always very positive.
And I will say that, I mean, if you look, there are hundreds of podcasts, millions probably, and I'm just overestimating, a mental health podcast, but I wanted this to be more, it's not super serious, although we do cover a lot of things that can help you. So that's the whole point of it.
Serious.
It's a lot of great content. So I do appreciate your show.
And we'd just like to have fun with it, so you can enjoy yourself and learn something along the way. That's a good thing.
Love it.
And thanks for having me in, because this has been
oh my God.
fun, gentlemen.
So, yeah.